Good day. I'm Michael Ganzan, and today we're going to talk about a poem written by Robert Frost entitled Stopping by Birds on a Snowy Evening. Frost is an American author famous for depicting rural life, point of view, narrative, setting, theme, meter, rhyme, metaphors, and imagery. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening is about a person who is enjoying the scenery while taking a walk near the woods. She or he wishes to stay but realizes that she or he still has some distance to cover. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it's queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the swift of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep.
This is
and
the
miles to
content
go before
of his
I
poem.
sleep, and
Let's
miles
read
to
it
go
everyone.
before I sleep. Now let's talk about the point of view and narrative of the poem. The point of view is the mode of narration that an author employs to let the reader hear and see what takes place in a story. This poem is written in first-person point of view. Example of this first-person point of view is this line, "But I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep." Setting. The general setting of the poem is in the middle of the woods during the winter. We assume this from reading in the line 8, the darkest evening of the year. The shortest day of winter solstice, takes place on either December 31st or December 22nd. Darkness can be seen as an escape from reality because of the relaxed atmosphere. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake in lines 11 and 12. So in the line 13, which says, "The woods are lovely, dark and deep," it shows how even though it's dark, the woods seem to be at peace. The main theme. The main theme of the poem is human isolation in the natural world. We understand Frost would rather be alone in the woods. It is assumed that Frost is attracted to stay and watch his woods fill up with snow. We assume he will freeze to death or forget his way home if he stay out alone for too long, but he is at peace. Metaphors. Metaphors is a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action which is not literally applicable. Example in the poem, "And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Harness bells shake." Imagery. Imagery is the usage of figurative language to represent objects, actions, and ideas in such a way that it appeals to our physical senses. Example, these lines are, "The woods are lovely, dark and deep." Next is, "Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year." And his house is in the village though. Meter. The meter is a Greek word for measuring. It's a basic rhythmic structure of a verse or lines in verse. So the structures of meters. So syllabic, the number of syllables. The quantitative is the duration of syllables, and accentual is the number of stressed syllables. Example, "Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though." The rhyme scheme, the ordered pattern of rhymes at the ends of the lines of a poem or verse. The first stanza follows an AABE rhyme scheme. The second stanza follows the BBCB rhyme scheme. The third stanza covers CCDC rhyme scheme. And the fourth stanza follows a DDDD rhyme scheme. Iambic tetrameter is the iamb, is the unstressed syllable, then stressed syllable. And the tetrameter is a verse that contains 4 feet. Thanks for listening, and I hope that you have learned a lot from this discussion. Now for your assignment, I want you to read in advance the short story written by Edgar Allan Poe entitled The Black Cat. Thank you everyone, and thanks for listening.